Hi boys and girls, today we are going to be talking about equal parts because we are starting a chapter about fractions. We need to talk about equal parts first. So let me show you what fractions look like. Fractions look like this, where you have a number on top of another number with this line dividing it. And what those fractions are telling us is that there are pieces that are being used out of so many pieces that the whole is divided into. So, let's take a look at what is equal first. Okay, because that is our lesson today. What is equal? So, I am going to divide. This is a cookie, and I'm going to divide it in half. Does that look like I divided that cookie in half? Why not? You're right, it's because the line is not in the center. This half and this half are not even. You're right. So what I need to do to make it equal is divide it right down the middle so that I have one equal piece here and one equal piece here. So what we do have is one piece out of two here and one piece out of two pieces here. Okay, let me explain that again. Let's take a look at the rectangle. If I divide the rectangle right here, did I create two equal pieces? You're right, I did not. But if I divide the rectangle right down the middle, did I create two equal pieces? You're right, I did. I could also divide it from corner to corner. Does that make two equal pieces? Is this piece the same size as this piece? It might be a little tricky looking because the pieces are a little bit different looking from each other, but they are exactly the same. Alright, so let me put my line here to divide it in half again. Two equal pieces. So I divided this. Let me change my color. This is one piece. This is one piece. So if I color in this piece, that means I colored in one piece out of two pieces. See how there's two pieces here? Let me change my color. We have one piece here, and this is the second piece here. So there are two pieces that I cut the cake into. So that's what this bottom number is on a fraction. Okay, so let's practice that again because I know that you know the equal. We're going to move on to the amount of pieces. So I'm going to divide this cookie as best I can into equal pieces. Okay, how many pieces, equal pieces, is this cookie cut into? If you said 3, you are right. We have one piece here, two pieces, three pieces. So at the bottom of the fraction, we're going to say there are 3 pieces that this is cut into. Now, to find out the top number, we're going to color in a certain amount. I'm just going to choose a number. I'm going to choose 2 pieces. And if I asked you, how many pieces are colored in? You would say 2, right? But if I said how much of the cookie is filled in, you would say 2 out of the 3 pieces, which we would read that as 2/3. Okay, so whatever it is divided into, that is going to be the bottom number. Okay, so I just drew a cake, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total pieces. That will be the bottom number. Now say Paul came along and Paul ate 1 piece this morning for breakfast. And then Cadence came along and she was really hungry and she had 2 pieces at lunchtime. And then Olivia came later around 3 o'clock and she ate 1 piece. So how much of that cake was eaten? Well, we'll look at the colored parts. So how many colored parts are there? If you said 4, you are right. So we would put the 4 above the 8. That means there are 4 pieces eaten out of 8 possible. Okay, or 8. We could even say 8 total. That's the most you could possibly eat of that cake, is 8 pieces. But only 4 pieces were eaten, so we would read that as 4/8. All right, let's go back a page. So this time, now that we know that the bottom number is how many pieces the whole is cut into, and the top number is the amount of pieces that we're looking at, whether it's they were eaten, they were used, they were taken out, they were colored, they're not colored. They're just the pieces that we want to focus on. Okay, so we're going to use that knowledge now, and we're going to match up which fraction goes with which shape. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look right here at these bottom numbers. Okay, those are called the denominators. But all you need to know right now is that those are the amount of pieces the whole piece, the whole thing, is cut into. All right, so let's take a look at this one. Do you see a shape that is cut into 2 pieces? Very good. If you said the triangle, you are correct. All right. What about this number here? Let me change that. Okay. What about 6 pieces? Do you see a shape that is cut into 6 equal pieces? All right, if you said this circle shape, you are right. So that means that the last shape, the rectangle, has to be divided into 8 pieces. Count them up and make sure. Are there 8 pieces? Yep, there are. Oh, let me move that down a little bit. Okay, good. All right, now we know how the denominator works. Now we just need to color in how many pieces they tell us. So let's take a look at the top. We're going to do this one right here, the circle. Okay, so it tells us how many pieces we need to color in out of all 6 of them. So how many does it say? 3. Very good. So let's color those in. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Okay. So that means if you look here, it says that we were to color in 3/6 of the shape. Now, whenever I say sixths, I don't say 6 like that. I say sixths with a TH. Sixths. Okay. All right. So let's look back here at the circle. So that means this is 1/6. This piece is 1/6. This piece is 1/6. This one is 1/6. This one is 1/6. And this piece is 1/6. All right. So that's whenever we can look at this. We know this cookie or pizza is cut into 6 equal pieces. 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, are colored in. So that would be 3/6. All right. Let's color in 5/8. So we know the total amount of pieces that it's cut into is 8. So let's go ahead and mark. This one's 1/8. This is 1/8. This is 1/8. This is 1/8. 1/8. 1/8. 1/8. 1/8. So basically what that means is if I was to cut a piece off and give it to Cadence, she would eat 1/8 of the cake. I'm going to move that back over here because we're going to do something with this. If Paul was hungry, we could give Paul 2/8 of the cake, and that would be written 2/8. All right. Oh no, I erased my, there we go. I want to erase this part. Okay, let me move this back. Okay, so now we're going to color in 5/8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/8 are colored in. Now we're going to do one piece out of 2. Because we can see there are 2 equal pieces. So we're going to color in one of those. 1 out of the 2. And I'm going to read this funny first, but then I'm going to tell you what we call it naturally. You use this term all the time and without really thinking about it, so you already know this, but let me mark this first. This is 1 piece out of 2, and this is also 1 piece out of 2. So what you did was you colored in, I colored in 1 piece out of 2, which is 1/2. That's what we call it. When it's 1/2, it's 1/2. Say you colored in 2 halves, 2 pieces out of 2, that would look like this. 2 pieces out of 2, and that would be 2 halves. That's what I said. You say that all the time. You'll say, I'll take half of that piece, or I'll take half of a piece of paper. So that's what you're saying. you'll take one piece out of two equal pieces. Okay, so that's it for this lesson, and I will see you next time.